Oh my God, a sandwich. Another sandwich. I'm actually in the beginning stages of it. It's not going to be perfect, but it's my little sandwich that I'm working on. I love making sandwiches lately. I just had this thing, these rocks that look like sandwiches. But anyway, here's my point. I was thinking about people who leave impressions. And I was thinking about this because I was thinking about someone I know who, several people. This actually could apply to many different people I know and people I've known over years. In the early days of the internet, and even now in the later days of the internet, people who would always have this, what I can only call it pseudo morality. Where they always forward things all the time. You know, there's a lot of pseudo everything. Some of it is pseudo intellectual, pseudo morality, pseudo caring, pseudo love. They're always warning everybody about oh, there's somebody got kidnapped and they used some technique and they got you to smell this bottle and it knocked people out. And so be careful, or don't flash your lights. I remember that one. And that's an interesting one with a long, interesting story because it actually even involved our place where we worked. There's an urban legend story about the lights off thing. But whatever, there's lots of things that people always send you to give you an impression that they care, that they love you, that they care about humanity, they care about the world, they care about different values, what's important, what matters in the world. They're so concerned about, this illness or disease, or, they want either about diabetes, cancer, whatever. And they're forwarding things and let's pray for people, and let's do this, that, and the other thing. And it's like, it's just leaving impressions in everybody's mind that you really are this very highly moral person. One thing I keep saying over and over again, and it's even on my channel, I'm just a guy with a camera and an opinion. I'm no more moral or intellectual or intelligent or smart or anything than anybody else. I'm just an ordinary person who has a camera, who sits down and makes videos all the time. And I paint rocks, and that's what I do. And I go to work every day. I don't talk about everything I do in my life because I think everybody would be disappointed in my life. You would be disappointed I don't live up to some ideals or standards. I may not hold the same ideals you hold or believe the same things you believe, but I'm not going to sit out there. I just don't believe in forwarding stuff like that all the time. I get on Facebook, and there's so many people always forwarding things. When I get on Facebook, I like to talk about things that are real. Things I go through. If I'm having a bad day, I don't always, talk about it, but sometimes I do. Or something that's funny or amusing. I'll talk about it. Or some story I see in the news or whatever. I'm always interacting with people. But, all this stuff that kind of gets syrupy, it's like, okay, I don't mind occasional. Oh, God. This is my little clock. I'm not even going to stop this thing. That's my little thing telling me it's time to get ready to go to work. So, but I just wonder, when people do that, what is the point of it? What is the point of trying to get everybody to think something about you? To see you in this, like in a halo. I suppose to see you surrounded in great glorious light of things. That's the only thing I can think, the reason why a lot of people forward it. And some people do it a lot. Occasionally forwarding something, okay. But to do it like every day. You know what happens when somebody does that? I have one friend, I'm not gonna even put this up on Facebook. Usually I share my videos on Facebook. But I have one friend who all the time every day has, I don't know how much stuff is put up. This, you know, it's like it's supposed to be inspirational stuff, but it just becomes a point where it becomes numbing. You ignore it. You know, if I want to read something that another friend put, I just flip through all that. I just ignore it because it's the same stuff. I guess the idea is if you keep talking about, see, you know what? It makes me think about the positive thinking. I'm listening to this book, an audio book that I have called Bright-Sided, which is written by Barbara. I think her name is Erin Wright, and she was talking about people, the relentless pursuit of positive thinking. You know, I think it gets in life. People can go too far with positiveness to the point where it's not being positive; it's just being silly. You're not being positive. You're not being inspirational. You're not inspiring somebody to do something. You're just being silly. You're either sugarcoating something or ignoring the seriousness of a thing, or I don't even know what words you can use for that. But it just becomes something you don't want to be a part of. You know, when I'm going through things, sometimes when I'm having a tough diabetic moment or something, people always want to give me encouragement. Okay, one thing is to look at it, and I try to think about it, and I try to be sensitive to other people's feelings, even when I'm going through a tough time. I know that some people really are concerned, and they don't understand what I'm going through. And, I don't try to explain everything in every detail. But then there are times when some people everything is just too much. They go too far. And they're not even doing it out of concern for me. They're doing it because they want you to understand that they are a caring person. It's their own image of themselves as a caring person that's more important than the health of someone that they're trying to help, or they claim to be trying to help. And there's some things I don't really fully understand why that happens, why people can't balance things. To understand, look, if you're a good person, then just accept that and say, okay, I'm a good person, I know it, and I don't have to prove it. I don't have to run around, proving it. Which usually means interfering with people or just saturating everybody's, mailboxes, or even if you don't get on the internet, I mean, just talking about things all the time to the point where nobody wants to hear it. It's like, leave me alone. Okay, you're a saint, all right? Just leave me alone. It's like that kind of a thing. I don't know. I'm just kind of just talking and rambling on, but I just thought about that because it's like this pseudo morality thing and the pseudo goodness, pseudo sainthood thing. It's just sometimes it can be too much.